Simon Cowell was born on October 7, 1959, in London, England. From the outside, his childhood seemed comfortable. His family lived in a respectable neighborhood and had a stable life. Yet emotionally, things felt different for young Simon. His mother, Julie Brett, had once been a ballet dancer and moved through life with grace, but she was not very expressive with affection. His father, Eric Cowell, worked in the music and property industries and believed strongly in discipline and achievement. Praise was rare in their household. Simon later reflected that while his parents cared about him, warmth and encouragement were not always openly shared. As a result, he often felt unnoticed and unsure of himself. Those early years shaped his personality in powerful ways. The quiet boy who longed to be recognized slowly developed a determination to prove his worth to the world. Struggles in school and direction. School was not an easy place for Simon. He attended Radlett Preparatory School and later Dover College, but he struggled to connect with the rigid structure of traditional education. Teachers often saw him as rebellious or distracted. In reality, he simply found the environment uninspiring. Simon was curious and energetic, but the system demanded strict conformity, something he found difficult. His academic results were modest, and he left school with only a few qualifications. At the time, this left him feeling lost. Many of his peers seemed to have clear plans for their futures, while Simon felt uncertain about his own path. These early experiences taught him an important lesson about resilience. Even though he did not excel in the classroom, he carried a growing belief that success could still come through persistence, creativity, and a willingness to try different directions until something finally worked. The mailroom, beginning. After leaving school, Simon tried several small jobs, but struggled to find a career that suited him. Eventually, through a connection from his father, he began working in the mailroom at a music company. The work was simple: sorting letters, delivering packages, and assisting staff. It was far from glamorous, but it placed him inside an industry that fascinated him. Instead of seeing the job as a dead end, Simon treated it like a learning opportunity. He watched how music deals were made, how artists were promoted, and how record executives decided what songs might succeed. Every day became an informal education. While others overlooked him, Simon paid attention to everything happening around him. Those quiet years taught him how the business really worked. The experience also sparked an ambition that would eventually guide the rest of his life. Early risks and a business failure. By the early 1980s, Simon felt ready to take a bigger risk. He left his job and started a small music label with a business partner. For a short time, things looked promising. They released a few novelty pop songs that gained attention and gave Simon a taste of success. However, the music market changed quickly. Sales slowed down, and the company struggled to survive. Within a few years, the business collapsed, leaving Simon with serious financial problems. He had to move back into his parents' home and reconsider his future. For someone who had worked hard to build something of his own, it was a painful setback, yet it also became a turning point. Instead of giving up, Simon reflected on what had gone wrong. He realized that success in music required understanding what everyday listeners truly enjoyed. Learning what the public wants. After rebuilding his career, Simon began working with larger music companies again, including BMG. This time he approached the job differently. Instead of focusing on what critics liked, he paid attention to what audiences actually bought. He supported artists and projects that had strong popular appeal, even if industry insiders initially dismissed them. Over time, this strategy began to work. Simon helped develop acts that achieved major commercial success, proving that his instincts about the market were often correct. The experience strengthened his reputation as someone who understood popular culture. More importantly, it restored his confidence after the earlier failure of his record label. Simon had learned that setbacks can become valuable teachers. By studying what people genuinely enjoy, he began building the foundation for a much larger career in entertainment. The television opportunity. In the early 2000s, a new opportunity appeared when Simon was invited to become a judge on a talent show called Pop Idol. At first, he was unsure about appearing on television. The format was new, and the role required him to offer honest feedback to aspiring performers. However, once the show aired, viewers quickly noticed his direct style. Instead of giving polite but vague comments, Simon spoke openly about what he believed contestants needed to improve. Some people found his critiques harsh, while others appreciated the honesty. The program became extremely popular and transformed Simon into a recognizable television personality. For the first time, his opinions reached millions of viewers each week. What started as a simple judging role soon opened doors to an entirely new chapter in his career. Global fame with American Idol, Simon's television career expanded internationally when he joined American Idol in 2002. The show quickly became one of the most watched programs in the United States. Week after week, millions of viewers tuned in to watch contestants perform and hear the judges' feedback. Simon's distinctive style stood out. He combined humor, honesty, and sharp observation, which made his comments memorable. More importantly, the show introduced talented artists to the public. The first winner, Kelly Clarkson, went on to achieve major success in the music industry. As the seasons continued, the program helped launch several other performers. Simon's role on the panel made him a household name, and he became known around the world as someone with a strong eye for discovering new talent. Building a global talent empire. With his growing influence, Simon began creating his own television formats. One of the most successful was The X Factor. The program allowed solo singers and groups to compete while being mentored by experienced judges. It quickly became popular in multiple countries and helped introduce artists such as One Direction to global audiences. Soon afterward, Simon expanded the idea further with Got Talent, which welcomed performers from many different fields. Singers, dancers, magicians, comedians, and unique acts all shared the same stage. The format spread across dozens of nations and reached hundreds of millions of viewers. Through these shows, Simon built one of the most influential entertainment brands in television history. A different perspective on success. Today, Simon Cowell remains involved in television projects, but his approach is noticeably calmer than during the early years of his fame. He continues appearing on shows like America's Got Talent, while also supporting new creative projects behind the scenes. His career has taken him from a mailroom employee to one of the most influential figures in entertainment. Yet he often speaks about lessons learned from failure, persistence, and personal growth. Rather than focusing only on achievements, he emphasizes the importance of opportunity and encouragement for young performers. Over time, his role has evolved from a strict critic to a mentor who helps artists develop their potential. The legacy of determination. Simon Cowell's story is ultimately about persistence. From a boy who felt overlooked to a producer who helped launch global stars, his journey shows how determination can reshape a life. He discovered artists, created television formats, watched worldwide, and built an entertainment empire. But the most meaningful change may be personal, learning to balance ambition with gratitude. Through challenges, successes, and moments of reflection, Simon discovered that influence is not only about business achievements, it is also about inspiring others to pursue their dreams. Today, his legacy continues through the performers he supported and the audiences he entertained. His journey reminds us that setbacks are not the end of a story. Sometimes they are simply the beginning of a new chapter filled with growth, resilience, and possibility.